Let's continue by learning different ways to use the import statement. So we learned one way to use the import statement, and that's with import module name. There are actually a couple of others, and here is one of them. So we can import a single name from a module with the following. We say from module import name. So we're going to, it's like opening up a book and reaching in and reading one chapter or reading one page of a book. That's the analogy here. So we say from module import name. Name is just a variable name. It could be the name of a function, it could be the name of an integer. It doesn't really matter. It's just a single object that you are importing in. So to show this, I'm going to import the choice function from the random module. So the way it works is simple. From random, that's the name of the module, import choice like this. So now I have access to this choice function directly. I don't have to do random.choice. So if I do shift tab over here, it says, it recognizes it, and I do have access to it. And it'll just choose a random element from a non-empty sequence. So let me do that over here. So let's just say I have a list of items, or it could be a tuple of items, or even a set of items. It will, if you pass this in, it will choose one of these at random. So here it chooses AZ, CA, FL. So that's just one way. I can just import a single name, and that way I don't have to use dot notation. All right, now you can also do this and import multiple names like this, separating each one by a comma. All right, I'm going to do the same thing, but import different names. So from the random module, I'm going to import three different ones. I'm going to import choices, sample, and shuffle, and we're going to cover what those are. But the main idea here is that all I do is place a comma between the names, and now I have access to these as variables. So choices, now I don't have to do random.choices. I have direct access to it. And the way this works is I can pass it in just some list or just some sequence of values. And what the main thing over here is this k parameter. So by default it's set to 1, but I can choose 3 over here. Now notice that Florida appeared twice, and that's because it chooses with replacement. This is what is written in the documentation. So it like chooses one, but it can also choose the same one multiple times. So here I got actually VT again, and so forth. The sample function does not choose with replacement. So once you choose one, it will not choose the same one again. So this one I'll say is 3. So I'm guaranteed to get the same one. Here if I put some number like 8, that is larger than the total. It says population. That's just the word it uses for the total number over here. So there's only 6 states, so I can't possibly choose 8. All right, let's move on. Shuffle is interesting. So the way shuffle works is that you put in the list you want to mix up. And what this does is it shuffles it in place. So it just picks a completely different order for all of the same items. So when you run this, it's not going to return anything. But when you look at its return value, you can see that this order has changed. So every time I run it, it's going to change. It's going to mutate this in place. All right. So that's just a couple other ways to use the import statement. Sometimes some libraries, it's up to you whether you want to import like this, or you can just import the module itself and just use dot notation. It really is up to you how you use this. Some people have different preferences on how they import. Like, should we just say import random and always do random.choice? Or sometimes we want to import in specific, names from a library. So it's really up to you how you use this. And you'll find as you use it more, you'll figure out which ways make the most sense for your application.